We've been talking about economic development. This is a report to City Council on the Economic Development Agreement. Economic development has and will play a major role in the future of our community. That was recognized in 1991 when then Mayor Stan Egler signed into law the Hotel Motel Tax under the provisions and mandates of the Ohio Revised Code. In those years, even with those tax revenues, sufficient funds were not produced to maintain an effective economic development effort without the use of private donations. A number of different directors were hired, and control of the office also changed and varied. In 2001, an ordinance, number 013, was passed. The ordinance read in its title as follows, quote, an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the City of Van Wert to negotiate with the Ohio State University Extension Office and the Van Wert County Commissioners to enter into a contract for the Economic Development Office. The legislation in Section 2, Item 1, stated the need was for, quote, a new contract for the continuation of the Economic Development Office is essential for the continued growth of the City of Van Wert and no interruption of economic services important enough to complete the existing ongoing work, unquote. This ordinance was signed by then Mayor Stephen Garris on April the 23rd, 2001. An agreement was then entered into with the Ohio State University Extension, the City of Van Wert, and the County of Van Wert. This agreement was amended 2 times, once on March the 24th, 2003, and again on October the 1st, 2004. And then would continue per Item 1, stated in the agreement, Item 1, term. This revised agreement is effective April the 1st, 2002, and shall continue on an annual basis unless terminated either in accordance with Item 10 of the agreement. Item 10 of the agreement, termination, quote, either party may terminate this agreement with 1 year written notice to the other party. The agreement also contained Item 12, severability clause. Severability clause, quote, if any provision of this agreement or any application thereof shall be invalid or unenforceable, the remainder of the agreement and any other application of such provisions shall not be affected thereby. The need for the association with Ohio Extension Office was twofold. 1, the assistance in the continued training, developing, and maintaining a professional economic development office. 2, the financial assistance that Ohio State Extension Office provided and continues to provide to the City of Van Wert. On December the 5th, 2013, the Van Wert County Board of Commissioners, by a letter sent to Ohio State University Extension, without prior written notice or any notice to the City of Van Wert or its stakeholders, indicated that they were withdrawing from the Economic Development Agreement. The university, in good faith effort to move forward with the City of Van Wert and to serve the best interest of the community, permitted the withdrawal by the county without the 1 year requirement as stated in Item 10 of the agreement. Working with Ohio State Extension in Columbus, Ohio, that being Keith L. Smith, Associate Dean, FES, Director of Ohio State University Extension, and just Chair in Extension Education and Leadership, Michael Lage, OSU Office of Legal Affairs, Greg Davis, Assistant Director, OSU Extension and Community Development. With an existing agreement still in place with the City of Van Wert and the Ohio State University Extension, based on Item 12, the severability clause, over the course of the several weeks of many telephone conversations and meetings with the Economic Development Advisory Executive Group, stakeholders in our community, it was determined to continue the relationship with Ohio State University Extension. An amended and restated Economic Development Agreement was created, removing the Van Wert County as a party to the agreement. No changes were made in the financial obligations to the City of Van Wert. It does update and includes the amendments that were made in the prior agreement. Therefore, based on the authorization provided by Ordinance 01-03-013, as Mayor of the City of Van Wert, Ohio, along with 1, the Economic Development Group President, Stacy Kaufman; 2, the Economic Development Group Vice President, Denny Stouty; 3, the County Extension Director, Curtis Young; 4, the Community Development / Economic Development Director, Cynthia Lease; 5, Keith L. Smith, Associate Vice President, Agriculture Director, Ohio State University Extension; and finally 6, Jeffrey Shatiz, Senior Vice President for Business and Finance. I have signed an amended and restated economic development agreement effective March the 1st, 2014. This agreement, as in the past, is supported by the City of Van Wert's hotel-motel tax distributed as required by the Ohio Revised Code and the financial commitment by the Ohio State University Extension, approximately to be about $45,000 on their part in 2014 for the Economic Development Office expenses. No general fund money is used to support this agreement. This does not prevent or put aside any meetings that are scheduled or will be scheduled by the Van Wert City Council for input in any different direction desired for economic development. It does require, though, as did the prior agreement, 1 year's notice for termination of the agreement. It's important for the City of Van Wert, the community, and the stakeholders that the economic development operations and goals be kept free of political control as we learned and determined from past experience. The Van Wert Economic Advisory Group has oversight, evaluation, and goal-setting responsibilities with input from the community stakeholders. The office must be kept free from political whims and wishes. Cooperation by all parties and the role they play is what will lead to a successful economic and growth of our community, along with the entire northwestern Ohio region. I have attached to this report the copy of Ordinance 01-03-013, the Economic Development Agreement that was dated April the 1st, 2002, the revised and restated agreement dated March the 1st, 2014, bylaws of the Economic Advisory Board, membership of the Economic Advisory Board, the members of the Economic Advisory Group Executive Group, the Community Improvement Group membership list, the Business Development membership list, and a copy of the last letter of communications from Ohio State University Extension Office to the Board of Commissioners. And if I might, and there's copies of this whole report with all attachments for everyone in the room, I will take the time to refer to the letter that was issued by Ohio State back to the commissioners that says, "Dear Commissioners, Lichtensteiger, Owens, and Wolfer, I am in receipt of your letter dated February the 13th, 2014. It is apparent that our efforts to communicate with you on these matters have not been productive. We believe the terms of the Ohio Revised Code to be quite clear regarding the breadth and scope of our authority. To the extent that there is any remaining uncertainty, we would welcome the Van Wert County Prosecuting Attorney to contact our Office of Legal Affairs directly. Sincerely, Keith L. Smith, Associate Vice President, Agricultural Administration, Associate Dean, FAS Director, Ohio State University Extension, and Just Chair in Extension Education and Service." I believe that concludes my report. There is copies for all council people. The clerk has a complete packet of everything that I referred to. That concludes my report for this evening.
Any questions or comments from the Mayor?
Mr. President. Mr. Mayor, has the economic development title been modified or changed with regard to the...
Yes, it has.
And what would her title now be?
She's Van Wert Economic Development Director.
They did not remove the title Van Wert Economic Development.
We are Van Wert, sir. We're not Van Wert County.
No.
We removed county.
We removed Wert County. So, you know, I spend a lot of time trying to earn my $300 this month. And I visit with a lot of business people and some attorneys. And to the person, they want to see this to be a unified economic development process. From what I understand and what you presented, you have gone ahead and signed a contract without having the meeting that we had discussed previously with the commissioners. And we have not had the opportunity to bring the commissioners in and make a presentation to the council. Where did we fall short?
I'm only going to make one more comment because I think my statement speaks for itself. There has been many, before you came here, attempts of negotiation and to working with the commissioners. We have not been able, nor has OSU been able to negotiate. If you listen to this, the same thing existed prior to me doing this, other than the amended restated agreement that existed under the other agreement that was still in place. It requires a 1 year's notice. This mayor will never ask to terminate the agreement shorter than a 1 year notice. That same term is in this agreement. It does not do anything to future meetings that are held by this council or any other information that you'd so like to gather. I have not shortcutted any of that. That concludes my report and answers for this evening.
Mayor?